Have you ever felt completely drained, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because you're constantly putting others before yourself? You're not alone. The truth is, endlessly trying to please everyone else doesn't just wear you down. It strips away your identity, your energy, and your peace. But here's the powerful wake-up call. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's vital. Rooted deeply in Stoic wisdom, this idea flips the script on what most of us believe about self-care and responsibility. In this video, we'll journey through the often overlooked but crucial lesson that to stand strong, live authentically, and maintain emotional health, you must set firm boundaries, question every ounce of your energy given away, and defend your inner fortress. You'll discover why constantly being everyone's support system can quietly erode your spirit, and how the longing to be liked often traps you in cycles of guilt and imbalance. Through Stoic principles like self-mastery and inner sovereignty, we'll explore how saying no isn't just an act of self-defense, but a bold claim of your worth and freedom. By the end, you'll understand that true self-love is not a luxury. It's the foundation of genuine happiness and authentic relationships. This is your invitation to break free from the exhausting chains of external approval and start living by your own values, setting your own standards, and above all, honoring yourself. Stay with me till the end, because this isn't just philosophy. It's a transformation. It's about reclaiming your power, protecting your energy, and embracing a life where you come first, without apology or guilt. Welcome to the art of putting yourself before others, the Stoic way. If this is making sense to you so far, please take a moment to like the video and share it with someone in your life who truly needs to hear this message. Your support helps this wisdom reach more people who are searching for clarity and strength. Now, let's continue our journey into reclaiming your inner peace and power. We've established that the relentless pursuit of pleasing others isn't just draining. It's a fundamental misapplication of your most precious resources. It siphons off your identity, diminishes your energy, and erodes your peace, leaving you feeling like a hollow echo of your true self. The pervasive modern belief that prioritizing yourself is selfish is, in fact, an inverted truth. From a Stoic perspective, it is not merely a preference. It is a profound necessity, the very foundation upon which a virtuous and resilient life is built. What does it truly mean to defend your inner fortress in the modern world? Think of your mind, your spirit, and your emotional landscape as a meticulously designed citadel. Within its walls reside your values, your principles, your capacity for reason, and your tranquil core. Outside, the world rages with demands, expectations, criticisms, and an unending stream of external events vying for your attention and energy. Without robust defenses, without clear boundaries, this fortress is perpetually vulnerable. Every unsolicited request, every unspoken expectation, every plea for your time and emotional labor becomes a breach in the walls, allowing chaos to flood in and dismantle your internal order. This is why setting firm boundaries isn't an act of aggression. It's an act of deep self-respect and strategic self-preservation. It is a practical application of the Stoic dichotomy of control. What is truly within your control? Your judgments, your impulses, your desires, and your aversions. What is not? Almost everything else. The actions of others, their opinions, their emotional states, external circumstances. When you fail to set boundaries, you implicitly allow others' external demands to dictate your internal state, ceding control over what is fundamentally yours. You relinquish your sovereignty, allowing your peace to be contingent on their approval or satisfaction. Consider a common scenario: a colleague constantly offloading their tasks onto you, or a friend who only calls when they need to vent for hours, never inquiring about your well-being. Each instance, if left unaddressed, subtly shifts your internal compass. You might feel a pang of resentment, a creeping sense of being used, or the gnawing guilt of not being helpful enough if you were to decline. The Stoic approach here is not to lash out in anger, nor to passively absorb the burden. It is to rationally assess: is this within my sphere of responsibility? Does this align with my values and priorities? Does accommodating this demand serve a greater good, or does it merely deplete my resources without a just cause? Setting a boundary might sound like, I understand you're overwhelmed, but my plate is full right now, and I won't be able to take on that additional task. Or to a friend, I care about you deeply, and I want to support you, but I only have X amount of time right now, and then I need to shift my focus. Notice the language. It's not an apology for existing, nor an aggressive confrontation. It's a statement of fact, rooted in an understanding of your own capacity and an assertion of your right to manage your time and energy. This is a powerful demonstration of self-mastery, the ability to govern your own actions and reactions based on reason, not external pressure or the fleeting desire to be liked. This brings us to the crucial practice of questioning every ounce of your energy given away. Our energy, mental and emotional, is not an infinite resource. It is finite, precious, and irreplaceable. Each yes you utter to an external demand is a no to something else. A no to your own rest, your own creative pursuits, your own deep work, or your own moments of contemplative silence. The Stoics understood the importance of discernment, of exercising reason to distinguish between what truly merits our attention and what is merely a distraction or a drain. Think of your energy like a carefully managed budget. You wouldn't frivolously spend your financial resources on every whim or every request from others without thought, would you? Yet, many of us treat our emotional and mental capital with far less prudence. We become emotional ATMs, dispensing comfort, advice, and solutions without considering the impact on our own internal reserves. To question your energy outflow means to pause before automatically agreeing. Ask yourself, 1. Is this truly my responsibility? Many things people ask of us are perfectly within their own capacity to handle. 2. Does this align with my core values and goals? Does this contribute to the life I am trying to build? Or does it pull me away from it? What is the opportunity cost? What am I saying no to internally by saying yes externally? Am I doing this out of genuine willingness, or out of a fear of disapproval, guilt, or obligation? This last question is particularly potent as it unmasks the insidious nature of people-pleasing. The fear of not being liked, of disappointing others, or of being perceived as unhelpful is a powerful motivator, but it is a master that will eventually leave you depleted and resentful. This fear ties your inner peace to external validation, making your tranquility fragile and contingent. The Stoics would remind us that our true worth lies not in the opinions of others, but in our character, our virtues, and our rational choices. If someone's approval is conditional upon your perpetual self-sacrifice, then their approval is not truly a reflection of your worth, but of their own expectations. It is a burden, not a blessing. Inner sovereignty is the bedrock of this practice. It's the profound understanding that you are the ultimate ruler of your internal kingdom. No one else can disturb your peace without your consent. No one else can force you to feel a certain way or to act against your reasoned judgment. When you give your energy away thoughtlessly, you are effectively abdicating this sovereignty, handing over the reins of your inner state to external forces. To reclaim it means to consciously choose where your energy goes, recognizing that this choice is a moral one, deeply intertwined with living a virtuous life. A life where you are calm, rational, and effective is a life that benefits not just yourself, but also those around you in a genuine, sustainable way. This brings us to the bold act of saying no. For many, no feels like a dirty word, laden with guilt and potential conflict. But in the Stoic lexicon, no can be a powerful affirmation of self, a declaration of your boundaries, and a reassertion of your inner sovereignty. It's not a rejection of the person, but a protection of your own integrity. When you say no to an unreasonable demand, you are not being selfish. You are being responsible for your own well-being, your own commitments, and your own capacity to show up fully in the areas that truly matter. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, faced with an endless stream of imperial demands. He couldn't say yes to every petition, every battle, every bureaucratic task, without losing himself. He had to discern, prioritize, and often decline. His meditations are a testament to his constant struggle to maintain his inner citadel amidst the external chaos of empire. His writings are a masterclass in self-governance, in understanding that true power comes not from external control, but from self-control. Saying no is an act of self-defense, yes, but more profoundly, it's a bold claim of your worth and freedom. When you decline an invitation that doesn't align with your values, you are affirming what you truly value. When you refuse to take on an extra task that will burn you out, you are declaring that your well-being matters. This isn't arrogance, it's authenticity. It's living in alignment with your own internal compass, rather than being tossed about by the winds of external expectations. The freedom that comes from this is immense. It's the freedom from resentment, the freedom from burnout, the freedom to allocate your time and energy to what truly brings you purpose and joy. It's the freedom to be truer present in the relationships you choose to nurture, rather than being stretched thin across a multitude of obligations. This isn't about isolating yourself. It's about engaging with the world on your own terms, from a place of strength and conscious choice. This leads us to the profound realization that true self-love is not a luxury. It's the foundation of genuine happiness and authentic relationships. The modern world often misconstrues self-love as indulgence, as hedonism, or as a self-centered pursuit. But Stoic self-love is far from this. It is a disciplined commitment to nurturing your rational faculty, to cultivating virtue, and to protecting your inner peace. It is about understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and that to be truly helpful, truly virtuous, and truly present for others, you must first be complete within yourself. Consider the metaphor of the well. If you are constantly drawing water for everyone else, without ever replenishing the well, it will eventually run dry. You will have nothing left to give, and the very people you sought to help will be left without sustenance. True self-love, stoically understood, is the act of maintaining and replenishing that well. It's the commitment to your own growth, your own emotional regulation, and your own intellectual development. It's recognizing your own inherent dignity and treating yourself with the respect you would offer to someone you deeply admire. This isn't about ignoring the needs of others. The Stoics were deeply communal, believing that we are all part of a larger human family and have a duty to contribute to the common good. But they also emphasized that this contribution must come from a place of strength, not self-annihilation. You can only truly help others when you are stable, when your judgment is clear, and when your actions are rooted in reason, not desperation. Self-love, in this sense, is a prerequisite for effective philanthropy, for genuine friendship, and for authentic partnership. When you prioritize yourself in this Stoic way, you are not only safeguarding your well-being, but also modeling a healthier way of being for others. You are teaching them how to respect boundaries, how to manage their own needs, and how to operate from a place of self-sufficiency. This creates more balanced, more respectful, and ultimately, more authentic relationships, free from the codependency and resentment that often plague those caught in cycles of people-pleasing. Your relationships become partnerships between two whole individuals, rather than a dynamic where one person is constantly propping up the other. So how do we operationalize this? How do we break free from the exhausting chains of external approval and start living by our own values, setting our own standards, and above all, honoring ourselves? The path begins with self-awareness. You must first identify those areas where you are consistently sacrificing your well-being for external validation. Where do you say yes when you mean no? Who are the individuals or situations that consistently drain your energy? Be honest with yourself, without judgment. This is not about blame, it's about understanding your patterns. Next, reconnect with your core values. The Stoics stressed living in accordance with nature, which, for humans, means living in accordance with reason and virtue. What principles genuinely guide your life? Is it integrity, courage, wisdom, justice, compassion? When you have a clear understanding of your values, decision-making becomes simpler. If a request or obligation clashes with your core values, it becomes easier to decline or to navigate with clarity. Your values become the internal standard against which all external demands are measured. Then practice the art of pausing. Before automatically responding to a request, take a breath. Give yourself a moment to engage your rational faculty. Ask those questions we discussed. Is this my responsibility? Does it align with my values? What is the opportunity cost? This pause creates a crucial space between stimulus and response, a space where true freedom resides. As Viktor Frankl so eloquently put it, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Begin with small acts of no. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start by saying no to a minor request that you truly don't have the capacity for. Observe the outcome. Often the fear of rejection or conflict is far greater than the reality. People are often more understanding than we give them credit for. And if they aren't, then their reaction tells you more about them and their expectations than it does about your inherent worth. Finally, cultivate a deep appreciation for your own inner life. Dedicate time each day to activities that replenish your spirit, that foster your intellectual growth, that connect you with your own true self. This might be journaling, meditation, reading, spending time in nature, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation. These are not selfish luxuries. They are essential practices for maintaining the strength of your inner fortress, for keeping your wellspring full. This is your invitation to reclaim your power, protect your energy, and embrace a life where you come first without apology or guilt. This is not a path to isolation, but to authentic connection. It is not a denial of responsibility, but a realignment of it. It is about understanding that your capacity to be a force for good in the world, to contribute meaningfully, and to experience genuine joy is inextricably linked to your ability to honor your own needs first. As Seneca wisely wrote, we should hunt out the helpful pieces of teaching and the spirited and noble words which are capable of being put into practice at once, and not just smarten up our hair and arrange our beard, but set in order our soul and reform its character. To set in order our soul implies a meticulous tending to our internal landscape, a constant vigilance over what we allow in and what we protect within. It's a call to self-mastery, not self-neglect. In the end, this journey from people-pleasing to self-prioritization is not about becoming harder or less compassionate. It's about becoming clearer, stronger, and more authentic. It's about living a life rooted in genuine intention and rational choice, rather than being constantly swayed by external pressures. It's about becoming the sovereign ruler of your own life, capable of extending kindness and generosity from a place of abundance, not depletion. So, I leave you with this provocation. What is one boundary you know you need to establish? And what is one small step you can take today to protect your invaluable energy and reclaim your inner sovereignty? Consider these questions deeply. Your answers hold the key to a transformation, not just for yourself, but for the quality of every relationship and every experience in your life. If this message resonated with you, and if you're ready to embark on this journey of self-mastery, please don't hesitate to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more Stoic wisdom, and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or your commitment to one small step you'll take. Your engagement helps build this community of thoughtful individuals striving for a more rational and fulfilling life. Thank you for joining me on this important reflection.